guys, Youthwear here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the best investments that you can pick up before Team of the Year starts. That's right, I said before the promo starts because these players here will rise in price when the Team of the Year is released. It's not because of the market crash or anything like that, it's because they in fact will link to Team of the Year players, and a lot of people are going to buy them if they get some of those Team of the Year cards in packs or buy them off the market, meaning these cards will go up a lot in price. It's pretty simple. So if you guys do enjoy the video, if you do, don't forget to leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here, and without further ado, let's go on into it. So these are some of the players I'd recommend investing in. I'm going to go through all of them and let you guys know what's going to make them rise in price and the types of prices I'd look to pick them up for in order to maximise your coins. Now this is something that's happened all throughout FIFA 19, not just with Team of the Year. Whenever a new Team of the Week is released, certain players within that Team of the Week who are popular, have really good stats, they cause players around them who link into them to rise a lot in value, especially if that player in question has a bad nation, because it means that people are kind of forced into using players from the same club to get that player on good chemistry. So as an example, someone like Inform Gulam from one of the earlier Team of the Weeks, given that he's now Algerian left back playing for Napoli in the Serie A, you don't have that many other Algerians within that league, or many other Algerians in general in the game to link into him. So you're kind of forced to use strong links. So the likes of Koulibaly and Hamsik went up a lot in price when he was released. Robertson, when he was released, you saw the likes of Van Dijk, Fabinho, Mane rise in price. It's pretty simple really, and you can look at the Team of the Year now. It's pretty easy to work out who's going to be in there. You can see all the votes already on Twitter, so we've pretty much worked out who's going to be in there. So I've looked through, I've found certain players who maybe don't have the best of nations or don't have many options within their league to link to them, so I can see players that are definitely going to rise in price. And if you guys are looking to maybe get any of these players that you can see here, now is a good time to do so, because they will rise up during Team of the Year. And if you guys maybe aren't looking to get some to use, then you can just pick them up now and flip them quickly and make some coins when Team of the Year is released. Sunday and Monday is going to be your best option for buying players, I think, because we're going to have weekend league sell-off on Sunday evening and Monday morning, and there's going to be a lot of hype for Team of the Year, so a lot of panic selling. So it could be a good time to pick some of these cards up, and that should also be before EA officially announce Team of the Year, because when that happens, we're going to see more of an increase in price on these cards. So we're going to start off with these four, and these are for Team of the Year Mbappe. Now, if you look in the Liga and just for France in general, there really aren't many options at right back, but Lala is probably the best right back on the game, and he's going to get a strong link into Mbappe. And that's a very, very popular option. I can see a lot of people using that in a 4-3-3 formation, or maybe like a 4-5-1 where they start off like that and then mix up in game. He gets the strong link into Mbappe. He's got really, really good stats, and if you can afford a very expensive player like Team of the Year Mbappe, it's going to be these high-end cards that rise up. You're not going to see like Sidibe or someone rise up. They're going to be expensive players, because if you can afford a Team of the Year card, you can afford to splash out like 150k on a fullback. So Lala is a player who I think is definitely going to shoot up in price, especially if you bear in mind the fact that we're probably not going to have a Team of the Year right back. It looks like we're going to have Ramos, Varane, Van Dijk and Marcelo, so no Walker, no Kimmich or anyone like that. So Lala's going to remain as the best right back on the game, and given that he links into Mbappe and also is one of the best players to get that link into him, I think he's going to shoot him in price. If you can get him for like 150k or so, at least on Xbox, that's a really good price. Meunier is another option to link into him. He's not quite as good as Lala, but he is a little bit cheaper, and he gets that PSG link if you want. So if you can maybe get him for like 65, 70k, that could be a decent price right there. You've also got Neymar. Now I know they don't directly link, but there isn't a good striker for PSG. No one really uses Cavani on this game. I see a lot of people using Neymar either as a left forward up front or Mbappe as a right forward up front, linking into Neymar. They're two of the best wingers on the game. People typically use them as wide cams in a 4-2-3-1. So Neymar's a player who's very undervalued right now as well. He's just over 500k, he's like 510k right now. That's the kind of price he really bottomed out at during the Black Friday promo, and he really recovered very fast, nearly 600k after that. So I think he's really undervalued right now. We always see players rise in price after Team of the Year, so you can pick him up for a really good price. The closer you get him to 500k, the better. So look at him on Sunday evening and Monday morning. Get him for really close to 500k if you can. Obviously these are Xbox prices, so PlayStation will be a little bit different, but he's going to link into Mbappe, meaning I think his price will rise because of that, and also just naturally it will rise because he's really undervalued and players rise after Team of the Year. You've also got Rabiot, who actually gets a hyperlink into Mbappe, and is one of the only midfield options you can go with really that are good on the game. Like Verratti is way too short, too weak, too small. Draxler's not particularly good, because he just doesn't really have any standout stats. There aren't really many options in midfield, but Rabiot gets a hyperlink because he's French and plays for PSG, and he's got a nice, well-rounded card. You want to go with the Champions League version, not the regular gold card. That won't be affected too much, because if you can afford someone like Mbappe, you won't be going with a really cheap gold card like Rabiot. But this one here, he's 6'4", and he's got really, really nice, well-rounded stats, so I could definitely see him rising up by like 10k or so, and he's really cheap as well. Next up, we've got Van Dijk. Obviously, as a Dutch defender, there aren't that many other good Dutch players, especially in the Premier League, to get strong links to him. So Alisson's going to be a go-to option, fairly cheap right now for an 86 rated Premier League inform, so that's a decent one. You've got the likes of Fabinho, you've got all those kind of popular midfielders there. There's quite a lot of them who do play for Liverpool. Now, I don't think his gold card will rise up that much, but I think his inform, his Champions League cards, the road to the final card, I think all of those can rise up a lot, because if you can afford Team of the Year Van Dijk, you're probably not going to be going the regular version of Fabinho. You'd go with like an inform or something, but I think those cards will definitely rise in price. And then Robertson's the one who'll probably got the most, but he's already super expensive. Like he was a lot cheaper a couple of weeks ago. But I think if you can get him for, I saw one for like 210 about 5 minutes ago. I think if you can get him close to 200k, that could be good, because at that kind of price there, he's going to be the go-to option for a lot of people to link into Van Dijk. He's the best left back probably in the Premier League on Ultimate Team. Alonso's got a really nice well-rounded card, but he's a little bit slower. I don't see many people using him, and obviously that's an untradeable card. It was like a road to the final for the Europa League. So this card here, I think, could definitely go up a lot in price, although he is very expensive. Moving on to Varane and Ramos, the two other centre-backs. Courtois is going to be the go-to option to link to them. He's probably the best keeper on the game. I use him a lot, as you guys can see. He's very, very good, and I can see him rising up. He's also got a Champions League card that will probably also rise up, although that is super expensive. Then we've got De Gea, who's probably going to be the goalkeeper. So for that reason, I think Bailly is going to rise in price. His inform is fairly cheap right now. You can get him for about 100k, and he typically seems to go for about 120, 130. After any kind of market crash, he rises up to around that kind of price. That's his general go-to price. So you can see there, 105k there. If you can get him just as close to 100k as possible, again, bearing in mind these are Xbox prices, I think you're going to be looking good, because as a Spanish goalkeeper in the Premier League, there aren't that many good Spanish centre-backs. You've got Azpilicueta, but he isn't that good on Ultimate Team because he's quite short for a centre-back. You don't really have many other options there. And then apart from that, you've got Ramos as another Spanish defender, but he's actually going to be in Team of the Year. So I think Bailly is a really good option to get a strong link. And then if people use Bailly, they're going to have to use Valencia, because there aren't really any good Ivory Coast players apart from Aurier, but he's a little bit slow, so people would generally use a card like this. So I think Valencia, he's a good one to go with. You do also have the road to the final version of Aurier, so that's another potential one, but he's quite expensive and isn't that good compared to Valencia. Like he's better, but he's a lot more expensive. So I think Valencia is a good option there. You've also got Kyle Walker, who is a very meta and popular player who's going to link into Team of the Year De Bruyne, and could also be used to link into Bailly as well. You can maybe use Pogba in midfield and then Walker. So he's a good option to go with there. Probably the best right back on the Premier League. So a really, really good one to go with as an investment for a few different players. As we're going to have a lot of Premier League players in there. We've got Van Dijk, we've got De Bruyne, and we've also got De Gea. So he can be used for all of them, and that could make him rise in price. And then finally, we've got Eden Hazard. Super expensive, but as a left winger, you can use him to link into Kante. And for Kante, there aren't that many options for the strong links for Chelsea that are kind of his level. You've got like Alonso with his road to the final cover, that's untradeable from an FBC. Willian isn't really of that kind of level. Morata's not of that level at all. There aren't really that many kind of really, really popular meta cards playing for Chelsea. Gold Hazard will rise, but I think the inform will go up more. He's got two informs. He's got the centre forward one and the left winger. Given they're in different positions, this one's not been affected too much in price. If you can get him for like 580 or so, I think that could be a good price. But he's less of a one that I'd recommend instantly going out and picking up as an investment to make you a lot of coins, because you will lose out a lot on tax when you come to sell him. But if you're looking to get Hazard, then I'd recommend doing so sooner rather than later, because he will rise in price most likely during Team of the Year. I think the best investments there are Lala, Robertson. I think Bailly is a good one as well, and then Rabiot, he is a really safe one, and Neymar just seems super undervalued, so he's one that I'll probably be picking up myself. I do have the red version of Lala, so I probably won't get him, although I might actually, just to make some coins and quickly flip him. I might pick up a Lala. I think I'll definitely be getting myself a Neymar because I do want to try him out this year. He's apparently very, very good, and I think I'll get Rabiot because he's super cheap, and if I can get Robertson for cheap enough, I will try and do so. I'll try and get him for 200k or below, and I think he can definitely rise up. There are a few open bids to keep an eye on there. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I may get another video out later on today on the market update for Team of the Year. If not, I'll have one out tomorrow morning. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you later. Take care.